they attempt to intercept these transmissions that you are establishing with your original source energy planet by filling your imagination with lies and contaminating your mind with fear, by keeping you perpetually immersed within an atmosphere of chaos, uncertainty, indecisiveness, worry, doubt, depression, anxiety, duress, hypertension, pressure, by placing unrealistic expectations upon you, by telling you the definition of what success is. But these are all deliberate attempts in order to sever your connection to your original source energy planet. What they do is they try to intercept these transmissions. They try to jam them, divert them, block them. These divine transmissions are coming from your original source energy planet, the planet that you are originally from, the inception of your soul, the home of your soul. Because the earth is not your home. You're not the body, and you're not of the human populations. When you look at people and you assess the energies and your intuition tells you something specifically about that person, that's because that individual soul belongs to a different planet than you do, than I do. That's why growing up, I knew that I didn't fit in with anybody. And I couldn't understand that at the time, but now it's perfectly clear to me. But the universe is impelling me in this moment to make this video for somebody that needs to know this. This matrix will always work against you establishing a connection to your original source energy planet, whatever that is, wherever that is, by contaminating your imagination with fear and disallowing any attempts at you making a connection to the divine that exists inside you. And they do this by continuously lying to you through their propaganda, their media, their news, movies. If you look at the movies, they've always told you that aliens from outer space are evil, you have to fear them. Well, that's because we are aliens from outer space, but we're not aliens. There's nothing alien about anything. These are just terms that they place on people to control their mind. They want you to reject any idea or notion that there's anything else other than this earth, simply because they want to control the earth. Now, when I say they, the they that I'm referring to are draconian reptiloids. These are soulless shadow beings, and from their planet is dying. If you look at the movie Superman, they told you right in your face. So now what they want to do is colonize the earth, because their planet is dying. Their home planet is dying. So their attempts to colonize the earth, utilize the resources, the natural resources of the earth to perpetuate their own species by eliminating the human species. That's why they're going through depopulation right now. And they keep a certain amount of human beings because they consume them. They cannibalize them, they eat them. You know, they have sex with the children to make hybrid species, and then they mutilate them and they kill them. So what's happening is right now in this confluence of our journey is that their home planet is dying. They're attempting to colonize this planet. Now remember, these are reptilian species. That's why you have global warming. They're trying to collapse the atmosphere to the point where there will be no more winters anywhere on the earth. The polar caps are melting because these are cold-blooded creatures. They utilize the power of holographic repatterning to assume human form. That's how they fit in. But this is a facade. It all makes perfect sense if you really get down to the nuts and bolts of this stuff. They don't want you to connect to your original source energy planet because that is where you're from. And it is the intuitive guidance from your own people, so to speak, your own souls from your own home planet that are always trying to subtly nudge you in the proper direction. But the problem, the inherent dilemma of humanity is that you wind up becoming the catalyst of your own demise by surrendering your energies to external sources. Because when you care more about what someone thinks about you than what you think about yourself, you are surrendering your power over to them. That's why you hold your tongue in order to spare someone's feelings at the sacrifice of destroying your own. That's why you inconvenience yourself to accommodate someone else. That's why you place others on a pedestal. That's why you come up with 100 trillion excuses why you shouldn't live your dreams, but not one single reason why you should. That's programming. You must recognize that you have been programmed for self-destruction by laughing at the notion of your own success. It's true. Somebody says, hey, man, you should write a book. You're like, yeah, whatever. You think about that for a minute. Your immediate response is triggered because of your programming. Your very identity is a living testament to the levels of unconscious social programming that you have been exposed to your entire life. Because if they didn't tell you who and what you are, who and what would you be? You'd be exactly what you are from your original source energy planet, energy, frequency, and vibration. Distinct. But these reptilian creatures, they've been controlling things for a long time, but now they want to make a monster power play and just take over the entire planet, and they don't need us anymore. Because we've been workers and slaves and puppets and prisoners for centuries. Now they feel we don't need them anymore, because that's why they want to make the transition to a cyborg population. It's artificial intelligence through the integration of transhumanism. Now everything's going to become robotic. Even if you listen to the vernacular in the spiritual community, how do they refer to the divine transmissions? As downloads. Upgrading your software. You have to analyze the vernacular. Through lexical investigation, you analyze the vernacular. But people these days don't have patience. They don't have an attention span. They don't have focus or anything. You can't sit still for more than a second before you're off to something else. So that means nothing of substance will be created, generated, or established. And that's exactly how they want it. So you have to create and maintain an established connection to your original source energy planet. Now, how do you do this? There's a few ways you do it. Meditation, prayer. Also, there's the conscious breathing exercise. It's the 3-6-9 conscious breathing exercise. You inhale for 3 seconds, you hold it for 6 seconds, and then you exhale for 9 seconds. You do this repeatedly. This establishes or reestablishes your connection to your original source energy planet. Another thing you could do is you can close your eyes. You could do a deep guttural om, and at the same time, you're taking both thumbs and rotating them around your pointer finger. Your right hand rotates counterclockwise. Your left hand rotates clockwise. This is the harmonic convergence of both the divine feminine and the divine masculine, working as singular cohesive elements of a unified interconnectedness, to which you establish the foundation as being a divine transceiver. This is how you establish and maintain a connection to your original source energy planet. But they want you to disconnect from that. That's why everything is all, hey, look over here, because they're distracting you. They're trying for you not to utilize your creative energies in establishing anything of substance here or establishing a connection to your original source energy planet. That's why you become transfixed on images of apathy, violence, and stoicism, because they know exactly how the human mind works. When your soul is occupying human form, unfortunately, you are subject to the inherent dilemmas of that human form. Is, for example, satiating the incessant need for the morbid curiosities of the ego. That's why you actively seek conflict. Whenever the soul, which is pure amorphous consciousness, assumes any form, that form that it assumes is automatically dictated to by the relative energies of the matrix of the universe. By this I mean, if you look at cats, they all have specific predatory reflexes, actions, behaviors that are distinct to them. Not personality traits or characteristics I'm speaking, just predatorial. They all do the same things. For example, if they see a bird, their mouth flutters rapidly, and they'll all do it. Or if they're getting ready to fight or mate, they all have these ritualistic, pre-programmed, hardwired personality and traits specific to that type of species of animal. Fish do it, birds, they all follow the same, predatory programming, if you will. And human beings are the same. We're no different. Human beings don't change. That's how this matrix takes advantage of you, because they know exactly human psychology. And they have psychological warfare that they wage against the physical imagination each and every day, because you don't ever catch on. So if it ain't broke, they're not going to fix it. They like it that way. So they don't want you to establish a connection to your original source energy planet, because when you do, that's when your energies begin to elevate and ascend and rise and climb. And that's when your awareness comes in, by meditation, by consciously practicing these 3-6-9 breathing exercises, or rotating your thumbs around your pointer fingers while saying Om. And that establishes an instant connection because you're nullifying the malevolence of the matrix. Or meditation, because all of this illusionary garbage falls away because it's just nothing but an illusion. There's no substance to it. There's no foundation for it to be built upon. It's just a paradigm of lies. It doesn't exist. And since your physical mind is easily duped, if you know anything about the placebo effect, that's how they do it. Shadow projection, dark autosuggestion, subliminal implantation, dark arts, they know how to work it. They get you to destroy yourself, but at the same time, aiding and abetting their agendas. And that's how it is. So practice establishing, maintaining, and not allowing anything to sever your connection to your original source energy planet, wherever that is, because I'm from a different place. I don't recognize this universe. I've never fit in with any of these people. But then again, the universe didn't put you here to fit in. The universe placed you here to stand out and be yourself, an individual, your own personal identity. Unfortunately, it has been taken away and replaced with an identification number and a barcode on your forehead, an obsequious sycophant. This is a complicity between many organizations to perpetuate their nefarious machinations upon the human populations of this planet. That's why we are where we are right now. And there's many, many disingenuous spiritualists that you have to be very careful of, ladies and gentlemen, because these are implantations of the reptilian, draconian, soulless shadow beings, posing as spiritualists, when in actuality of truth, they are demons. The darkness disguises itself as the light many times, but always look at the eyes, because the eyes never lie. The eyes are indeed the windows to the soul, but the heart is most certainly the doorway. So just, if this message resonates with you, embrace it, because somebody needs to know it. The reason why you don't fit in is because you're not supposed to. They're not of your planet. You're not from here. This physical body is not you. You are a divine ethereal being of cosmic illumination, man. You're not confined to the physical limitations of this terrestrial environment. You never have been, you never will be. And when your soul departs this astral plane of existence again, you either return because you didn't learn lessons you were supposed to, or you're going to go somewhere else. But this place is not your home. It never has been, it never will be. And in truth, this planet called Earth is an assessment platform. It is referred to by the Celestials as Revelation Earth. This is how the Celestials get you to reveal the true nature of your soul. And it's for many other reasons as well. That's another video altogether. But anyway, let me let you go with this. No matter what happens in your life, always know that happiness is not a place. It's an energy. It's a frequency that you can either maintain and establish a connection to, or allow someone else to sever that connection. But it's up to you. The quickest exercise I can tell you in order for you to establish a connection to your own happiness is empty your mind of everything. Now think of the happiest moments of your life. Now live within the energy of those moments for the rest of your life. And there is how you establish your connection. You don't have to travel to the remote peaks of Nepal or somewhere in India to bathe in certain oils or dress in certain clothings and yoga with this person, or mudra, or any of these chants or meditations with these yogis or whatever. You don't need to do any of that stuff. That's all nonsense. That's all nonsense. That's all stuff that was made here, created here, and perpetuated here. It has nothing to do with the cosmos. These are earth words and earth teachings. Remember, the earth is not your home. So anything you learn here, or anything you're told, is from here. It doesn't have any intrinsic value anywhere else in the universe. This is how they control you. But anyway, may you always be aware of your environment. May you always be conscious to all of the energies around you, and always know that you are always loved and you are never alone. Amen.